So, slight change of plan. We were going to do another hill climb.
And I definitely don't fancy driving up a mountain in this weather.
Join us this week on Ruster Road as we get to truly understand that it's not the destination but the journey that really matters when you're overlanding.
Hi, we're Nick and Joe and we're on a journey to retirement and a life of full-time travel. Overlanding is our passion and we've driven and owned a succession of Land Rovers over the last 40 years. For the last 20 years, our Project Land Rover has been our mercurial 1989 110 station wagon. It's been a family car, occasional overlander and demanding companion. Come along with us and our perfectly imperfect Land Rover as we get ready to hit the road for full-time travel.
Having spent 2 nights in Tonafort, one of which was rather wet, we were up with the larks and back on the road to adventure. Heading back through the town of Salt, named after the Basque word for bridge, we then started the 18-kilometre climb to Rubio, gaining 1,000 metres of altitude in the process. Rubio wasn't our destination, but we took refuge to allow the engine to cool down and marvelled at the ruins of Santa Creu De Llangunes, which traces its history back to the Bronze Age, later becoming a fortified medieval village and a lookout post in the Spanish Civil War. It was here that our luck was to change. A chance encounter with a park ranger who explained that unlike the Western Pyrenees, the tracks in the east were open, a turning point in our journey. He took time to mark out the route to Andorra, the famous Ruta dels Contrabandistas, the Smugglers route, and this is where our journey really began. We finally made it onto the Smugglers Trail into Andorra. Spoke to a park ranger who told us the tracks were open, so we've been going for a while now, but we've come to a little roadblock, haven't we?
This is the roadblock. Yeah, I don't want to scare them though. I guess they're used to it. If you're...
Right.
Okay, let's see how we go. Oh, I don't think the little one wants to...
She's going to make me take the difficult line, the little one. Don't want to race.
Oh.
I was hoping it's just to go and wait.
and it's at this point that we suffer from a little geographical embarrassment, struggling to get round a sharp hairpin turn. We missed the left-hand turn that fed off the bend. We'd lost our sat-nav coverage as we came past the church, and although we'd followed the ranger's instructions and turned right across the bridge, we were soon heading in the wrong direction. It was a slight detour, and we only followed several kilometres, but it did give us some great views and a little bit of challenging terrain to get around. However, once we'd realised our mistake, when we could no longer make the tracks on the map hit the ground, we turned around and headed back, quickly picking up the error of our ways and heading back en route.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, I absolutely loved it, but there were a few hairpin bends and
there were some quite severe drops off them.
Yeah.
So that's about 5 hours in low ratio coming up the Smugglers route from Spain.
And it's only now the heater's just going up, isn't it?
Yeah, but that last descent was quite busy, wasn't it? But we're just coming off the track, still in Spain, so we just got to follow the road down to Andorra.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I've loved every minute of it.
It surprised me because I showed Jo a video of the Smugglers track and she said, no way was she doing that.
So I love off-roading, but I'm not going to risk my life, doing that. But actually, loved it, absolutely loved it.
Right, so off to Andorra now, and then we need to think about what we're doing tonight. Catch up with you later.
Getting out of Andorra was not as enjoyable as getting in. Having topped up my diesel at a reasonable price, we queued to get through the border before heading to the town, Pallars Sobirá in Spain, to do some shopping at the local Mercadona. Whilst there, we took the time to find a park up for the night.
Oh, lovely.
What's that, Jo? What did you just say?
I said, if we could, please, darling, have space and take those doors home.
Yeah, probably not. I love them. I do love them.
What a shame.
But I think we're a bit too far away from home.
But the work didn't stop once we reached the park out. You wouldn't believe it, but 5 hours of trail driving had created quite a dust problem in the back of the Land Rover. But once everything was stripped out, shaken down and brushed off, we could enjoy the evening.
Good morning, campers, and welcome to Castella de Cartuz, our overnight stop. It was a little bit of a rolling pitch, let's say, but we have administered ourselves quite well here. Jo showered last night. Me being the dirty herb that I am, I showered this morning, but I was a little bit tired after yesterday's trip down the Smugglers Trail. And last night was mainly admin, getting all the dust out of the wagon, cleaning everything out, rejigging everything, and getting ready to hit the road again today. I think today will be a little bit more of a gentle ride, but we shall see. Catch you later. just come to wash the trail dust off the cookware. One form of dishwasher, I suppose.
Easy peasy.
So yesterday we hit the trails pretty big time in the Land Rover, so today we're giving it a bit of a rest because it probably needs it.
After 5 hours of off-roading.
Yeah, though it performed pretty well with in low ratio. It didn't really show any temperature today, but today it was puffing its way up the roads to get here to Les, which is a ski resort.
I think the only concern, all the off-roading, the banging in the back.
Well, I think we tracked that down.
We tracked that down.
I think that's the lower bush on one of the rear shock absorbers. Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it went. I thought we might have some issues.
I thought you were going to be scared. I'll be honest. You know, after your reaction to the video I showed you, somebody else doing the Smugglers Trail. But,
I really enjoyed it.
So that's a revelation in itself. But I couldn't look at suspension last night because we were parked up on some really sloping ground, as you've probably already seen.
Before we got to that idyllic spot, you had a quick look at the suspension.
Yeah, did get underneath, yeah.
Yeah.
And it does look like that's
the rubber.
The rubbers are gone at the lower mount.
So what he did was he saw, I don't know, this skip or something, or a
Well, by the side of the road, wasn't there? There was a gravel quarry, wasn't there? And there was some old conveyor belt rubber.
So he cut out his knife, went and halved a bit of thick rubber off, which will do the job for the suspension.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is going to be getting the hole through the centre because I haven't got a drill or anything, but we'll try and cut those out later on today when we find.
But it's not bad going all of those hours off-roading, pretty tough terrain. Yeah. Just to have that one problem. It could have been a lot worse. I thought it might have ripped the shock absorber out at one point, but it hasn't. It was a bit of an axle twister we went over when we first heard the clonk, but no, it's all good. It's good on the road. I'm lucky that I didn't install it, but there's 4 shock absorbers on the rear of the Land Rover. There should only be 2 on either side, but I've got 2 either side for some reason. So that was reassuring to hear to know that actually we've got 2. We're not going to break down up there.
Yeah. So today is a bit of a rest day, I should say.
Yeah, slow day, rest day.
And I think we've got to the highest point and we're starting the downhill now. So we'll enjoy the descent and we'll catch up with you later on.
Through at my footwell, jobs to do, and on the other side at Nick's footwell, definitely on our list.
Yeah, it's coming through from the bonnet somewhere. Right well under the bonnet.
We've sure got a long list to get through when we get back home. And there's water coming through just behind here, and the electrics.
So, slight change of plan. We were going to do another hill climb up to the ski resort in Maranges, but it's an up and back, and the weather has turned pretty grim. You can probably hear it beating on the Land Rover.
And I definitely don't fancy driving up a mountain in this weather.
So we're going to can it for today, find a potential park up location for tonight, whether we go there straight away or we leave it a little bit. I think the rain's set in for another couple of hours.
Is there no give up? Maybe stop here for the next 20 minutes or so?
Yeah. stay here for a bit, yeah.
But no,
Certainly can.
yeah, no up road, mountain ride.
No, I'm going to stay in the low ground for the rest of the day. We'll let you know how it goes. Sunset after the rain. Should be a nice day tomorrow. It always pays to check your surroundings when you park up, because that was so loud when it went off, I thought the tyre had popped. This trail is almost more, I don't know, foreboding maybe than the Smugglers Trail. Sometimes wrong turns happen for a reason.